My name is Magnus Buset. I'm a CTO in Eplehuset. We are a Norwegian Apple premium reseller. So we have 22 brick and mortar stores. We have a big e-commerce operation and B2B and also authorized service of Apple products in Norway. I think that the biggest challenge for Eplehuset in the retail business has been that retail is moving really fast. So we have to put a lot more effort into the digital experience for our customers. We have worked a lot on omnichannel. And also we see that we need to move even faster going forward. And a lot of that responsibility is on IT. We need to have a more flexible architecture than we used to have. So we have had a really monolithic architecture with ERP in the middle and lots of the business operations going on in the ERP. And we see that we need to be more flexible, have more flexible architecture. So we're going towards a more software as a service oriented architecture, where we see that integration will be the key for us in IT to solve, to be able to get all of this different software to work together seamlessly to create a good, seamless customer experience. And as integration becomes really key, we want to move that responsibility in-house and be able to own the integrations end-to-end between our different applications, both so that we can have transparency, be able to have full control of how data flows between our applications, and also be able to more easily connect new applications. With our existing integrations, they're really a black box for us, with really lacking documentation, hard to understand how things were actually going on. So we had to spend a lot of time to reverse engineer our integrations to understand exactly what it was doing and how mappings were, etc. We're looking for an integration platform. We looked at the top vendors in the iPaaS category. And what we really stood out with Workato is how easy it is to use and how readable it is. The immediate implications, if we had not had Workato, would be that we would have to build all of the integrations point to point between our new CRM, our new point of sale, and our e-commerce platform, and also the ERP. Which means that in the future, if we want to replace one of those systems, we would have to build everything over again, probably with a new partner. But now, since we have Workato in the middle, it's really easy for us to plug in and out one of these applications and replace it without having to rip out the whole integration flow. One example of one of the really early things we did with Workato is build an integration between our ERP and Zendesk, which we use for customer service. So now when a customer contacts us, either through email, phone, or chat, our customer care representative will instantly see all of that customer's recent orders and recent service orders. So now they probably will know what the customer is calling about even before the customer has said hello. And that's really efficient, both for us and for the customers. It's a great customer experience. Instead of having to try to search in the different systems to find information about the customer. I think the most impactful is the customer experience here, where the customer previously had to wait on hold for 15 to 30 seconds for us to find the correct information, but now we have it instantly. We have just implemented a digital parcel locker. So customers can now pick up their finished prepared product from us in a parcel locker. We built the automation between our service management system and the parcel locker in just 2 days using Workato. And this is typically a project that would have taken us weeks before. And we've had to rely on integration partners to do that, but now we're able to easily set it up ourselves using existing connectors in Workato. Previously, we would have to go to the provider of the service management system, and we would have to ask them to build this integration, and it would be a lot of back and forth, testing, communicating, agreeing how it should be done. And also we would probably have to wait to get priority on the suppliers backlog, but now we can just easily use the open APIs of our software as a service solutions to connect them using Workato. When the customer's iPhone, for example, the repair is completed, our staff will go to the parcel locker. They will scan the barcodes on the phone, and one of the lockers will open automatically, and they will put it inside and close it. And when it's closed, the parcel locker will send an event to Workato, which will then send, Workato will then send update different data in the service management system so that the customers receive an SMS that their order is ready to pick up in the parcel locker, and they get a code for the locker. So they come to our store, and they go to the locker, enter the code, and the door or the shelf opens automatically, and they can pick up their product. And we have had some issues with capacity at this location before, where customers sometimes had to wait up to 30 minutes to pick up their order, but now they can do it instantly with the parcel locker, and it's also a lot more efficient for us. So it's a process that took on average about 5 minutes per customer, and now we spend around 5 seconds per order in loading it into the parcel locker, and then the customer does the rest themselves. So it's a really much better experience for the customer, and also it's more efficient for us. I think that what we have been doing so far is really building the foundation for automation, because we have been building all of these connections from our different applications into Workato. So now we have all of our business data flowing in and out of Workato, and it's really easy to connect that to other processes. For example, we can trigger a recipe every time there's a new sale, and based on different information from that sale, we can do things like send the customer the receipt. We can trigger internal processes. We can fire off a Slack bot message to our B2B team about a new potential lead. All of these things that are really easy to now connect to the data that is flowing in and out of Workato. So I feel that we're just gaining momentum and speed going forward, and we're really looking forward to unleash that potential. The biggest project that we're working on right now is that we are building a new mobile point of sale solution where all of the integrations are done with Workato. So all of the communication between our ERP and the point of sale is done through Workato, and this also gives us lots of flexibility so that we can get data from different systems. For example, when one of our staff is searching for a customer in the point of sale solution, we can look up from our customer master data, but we can also look up from the White Pages phone book and find customer information so that we can pre-fill also customer data for new customers, things like that we haven't been able to do easily before. And we are using the SAP connector in Workato to connect to the ERP, and we're using the open APIs, REST APIs for the point of sale solution to communicate with the point of sale solution. And all of this communication happens in Workato. That's everything from synchronizing customers, stock, product information, pricing, all of the sales back and forth, click and collect, payment, etc. So we had a process that was lasted more than 3 months to select the vendor, and we ended up with the Workato, where readability and ease of use, and also the having a true software as a service was the main factors for choosing Workato. And I was really happy to see how fast we could be onboarded. So we had our first automation live after 2 weeks, and we talked to some of the customers from other vendors, which said that they had spent about 1 year to do the same. So we were really happy to have to prove the speed immediately. And also when we had a transition in our team with onboarding new resources, we were able to prove that the readability and transparency in Workato is really worth it, because it's so easy for someone new to come in and understand